What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. Hope everyone's getting some well-deserved bench time. I'm definitely at the bench working on my Pro Street group bill. This is the group bill that's hosted by Dylan Thomas over at NYS Modeling. I love getting in on this every year. Got quite a bit done. I'm not going to cover what I got done on it. This is going to be another video as far as the update on this. But I had a good question the other night during the hangout about how do I widen my wheels as far as using, just different types of wheels that I like to use on my Pro Street builds. Well, everyone knows, and I'm going to hold this up right here. This is the good old 67 Chevelle Pro Street deep dish mag. These things are, these are what comes in the kit right here. I've already took the liberty and cut two of the back ones out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to show you pretty quickly how I do these. And what you end up with is that right there. You end up with a hollow, just basically a hollow ring. And what you can do is any type, and what I'm electing to use on these are these beautiful old style, American Racing old style wheels. I forgot what kit I robbed these out of. I think it was the 32 3 window, 32 Ford 3 window. And what you end up doing is just gluing that in just like that. And as you can see, it widens it, and it also leaves a ring back here in the back where where you can take the backing of another of say the ones that's out of this kit and put them back here and just glue them in there like that. It takes a little measuring once you get them cut, get these cut out. But I'm going to show you how I do it to start off with. Let me set the body out of the way. And we'll get started right here. You can cut the backs out, and what I've got here laying out here is just a variety of tools that if you've got it in your arsenal, great. If you don't, you can do it with a razor saw. I don't advise anyone to use, say, let's say, number 11 blade or anything like that. But you can use, I've got a variety of different saws around the shop. This is a new one that I just purchased here recently. It's one that's used for actually for opening or widening panel lines on aircraft, but I've been using it for cutting, so this is real handy. Just your good old razor saw right here will work, or your good old trusty Dremel. I feel confident enough, and I'm pretty quick with it. And what you want to do is you just really want to see what your depth, down from the lip of the wheel down to there, and you can do that. You can check that with just anything. Just take a toothpick, take a piece of take a drill bit. I mean, that's anything. What you're doing is you're just gauging, how deep it is down in there. And then you can see what I'm doing right there is seeing how far back I need to cut. And it's probably just a thin, it's just a thin cut right there, because you're going to end up cleaning it up with a sanding stick. Now what I'm going to do is, and this is going to be a little loud, and I apologize, but this is going to be the quickest way for me to do this. I'll turn this down to about right there. I can talk over that. And I'm just going to cut. This is a thin. See what I'm doing? I'm just barely just cutting that back ring off. I'm not burning it. I'm kind of cutting. It's melting just a little bit, but you're going to clean that up here in just a minute. Okay, All right, now we've got this clean cut out. It's not completely cut out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of finish it up, and you'll be able to knock it out with this sanding stick. I call them sanding stick. What I've got here, I took a piece of T6 aluminum that I can get from work, and I just put basically I think this is 60 grit sandpaper. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to sand that opening until that ring falls out. When you're doing this, take the wheel and just turn it a little bit. You just keep spinning it. That way you don't grind it, or you're not sanding it down, so you're not sanding it at an angle. So that way you're just kind of taking it off easy, a little bit at a time. Whoop. Okay, let me set all this stuff out of the way. It gets kind of, and then you can kind of, and if you're familiar with these wheels, they got a set of bead locks in here. You can keep those in there, which is those look really well. If you like that, I opted to take them out of these right here, because I want everybody, or I want whoever's looking at the car to see, and that's going to draw their eyes in there. I mean, you can see that wheel. I mean, you can even see if I can get it turned correctly, you can see the valve stem sticking up in there. So, and that's what I'm trying to achieve right there. Now, there's several ways of keeping, you want to take, you don't want these to get beveled, you want to keep that thickness right here the same. And you can keep track of what you're doing. Take you a set of calipers, stick them in there, and just look. And if they're flush all the way around, you're sanding it. You're sanding it really, really good. As far as you're sanding it level. Let's keep doing this, and hopefully I'll bust through this. If not, I'll show you another way of doing this. And I tell you, 60 to 80 grit sandpaper, doing this on a straight, you can use a piece of wood block, and just keep doing this until that backing really just falls out. And it's messy, but hey, if you ain't making a mess, you're not doing anything. Here's another thing that I'll do sometimes to get through that. I'll take a drill, and I'll just drill completely through there. And all I'm doing is I'm just starting that opening up right there. There's another way that I like to do it, and what I'll do is, wrong one. I'll take a let's see. I'll take a tool that comes in my, and it's a routing tool. I mean, if you can see that right there, that takes away a lot of product real quick. What I'll do is I'll get in there, and and then you can turn it over, and you kind of follow that bead lock. Okay. Get a big number 11, which I've got one of the big number 11s, and just start hollowing that out. Right in there, just like that. And it doesn't take long. If you're using a real sharp, real good, brand new number 11 blade, like this. Just like I say, just be real careful. Now, as you see, it's not it's messy. Now I've got, as you see that right there, I've got it all the way down to the bead lock, which really I could clean it up a little bit more. But I like having a good set of these, and this is what I'm going to continue to just keep doing, is I'll just keep sanding this. That's really pulling down pretty quick in there. Let me grab, do a little bit more cleanup with this. Oh yeah, this is really starting to clean up nicely now. And I'm cutting this, trimming this off at kind of an angle on the back here. See, it's starting to come right on out there. I'm not taking any of the chrome on the inside of it off. That way, if you want to leave that, keep a good clean, good clean finish to the in there. It'll, you don't want to take any of that chrome off. Just keep doing this, just like what I'm doing right here. Having this straight edge, or having this sandpaper on a good piece of blue, block of wood, or a piece of aluminum like I've got right here, this really helps out. And tell you what, let me get a little bit more light on this situation. There we go. My camera overhead does not like a lot of light, so. And we're almost there. I can keep cleaning up on that. But for time's sake, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll finish this up here just in a little bit. But there's basically see how quick I did that, and we went from that to that in just a few minutes. After I did it last night, this is what I ended up with right here, which I did. We'll put these in these big Pro Street meats that I got right here that I'm going to be using on that. See how good that looks right there? Let me grab I got another wheel. See if I can mock that up on the inside. And then, let's see if I can get that squeezed through there. There we go. Of course, it ain't gonna play right. This ain't even the one that I'm gonna be using. There we go. See if I can get that right there. Yeah, of course it's going to be a pain in the butt. So, see what I'm trying to do. I'll have to fish that back out. But these are the rings that I have finished. These are what I'm going to be using on my Pro Street, on my Mustang. But there we go. That's how I widen these things. Save your backings from any other kit. That way you can have something you can glue them back on there like that, and you can do the same things with these. If you have to gauge them out, you can gauge them out by sanding them down on this on a good board like I just did. Anyhow, hope that debunks any of the mysteries for anybody that's wanting to widen their Pro Street tires. And use any kind of wheel that you want, and there's that's where we're looking at right there on mine. Anyhow, folks, hope this helps you out. If you got any questions, drop me a link down below, and I'll try to answer it quickly as possible. Remember, folks, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Have a great rest of your evening. Pappy out of here.